Do you have to have a niche on YouTube? See, that's a question that a lot of people just getting started on YouTube will typically ask, all in their effort to try to grow as quickly as possible, all right? Now, before I answer that question, I just want to preface my response or my answer with letting you know up front that I am by no way, shape, or means a YouTube expert of any kind, okay? Those of you who've been subscribed to my channel or have been around for a while watching more than one of my videos, you will know that, right? You will know that I am not any kind of expert when it comes to YouTube. So I'm just putting this out there for those of you who might be happening to get on my channel for the first time, okay? Now, if you are joining me for the first time, welcome aboard. My name is Christian. Welcome to my channel. I am Christian M, a place where I decided to document my attempted journey to financial independence, whereby in our case financial independence just simply means trying to get to that point where we're generating enough in real and true passive income to cover our living expenses, okay? And I'm trying to do it in a way that is that anybody watching can try to replicate my results in the event that I do have said results, right? So if that kind of stuff is of interest to you, please consider subscribing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you're notified every single time I release a new video. Okay. Now, when it comes to the issue of whether or not it's necessary to have a niche on YouTube, the reality is you can do whatever you want on YouTube, right? Nobody's going to stop you, right? But if you want to grow quickly, right, based on the little bit of research that I've done, right, I have seen, and this is coming from or listening to people who are much more advanced, who are what we would consider YouTube experts, people that have years and experience of YouTube under their belts, have a massive following, so they have the clout, they have the the results to back up their claims, people that really, authorities, let's just put it that way, okay? But far and large, for the most part, what I seem to hear the most, or what I seem to see, is that if you want to grow quickly, right, if you want to have better results in terms of growth, right, on YouTube, you're far better off, at least when starting out, having a niche, okay? So in my case, when I first got started on YouTube, like, I had an idea of how I wanted this to go. And if I'm being completely honest, I feel like I kind of lost my way, right? I kind of lost my way in terms of what I really wanted to do on this channel. It was one of those things where, and let me explain what I mean by that I lost my way, right? I started out wanting to take my channel, or, go in a certain direction with my channel, which revolved more around the idea of just posting whatever I wanted to talk about on whatever topic I wanted to talk about, and not necessarily caring about the results, right? It was just more about, like, me just essentially just going to have more fun enjoying the process of doing this and seeing where it goes, right? As opposed to coming on with some kind of laser focused strategy in an attempt to, generate, results in record time, okay? And I lost my way because I came on wanting to do my own thing, and then I started seeing how other people were just, like, maybe blowing up pretty quickly, right? Beginners, like new people, blowing up really quickly and with minimal effort, so to speak, right? In terms of like production value and all the different things that they were doing. And then you go down this rabbit hole of getting caught into the whole thing about YouTube being on easy mode and how anybody can just blow up. YouTube is monetizing small channels in 30 days or less and all that type of stuff, right? And then I found myself, this is where I feel like I lost my way. I found myself now all in an effort to want to suddenly, all of a sudden want to grow quickly. I found myself trying to follow all these strategies and do what is quote unquote the right thing to grow quickly and all that type of stuff. And And I wouldn't like, I would say I didn't necessarily, like, I haven't necessarily seen the results from trying to do that. Okay, now some could say, right, some could say, well, if I'm not seeing the results that I wanted to, that I expected to see from that, is because I'm not doing the right things, right? Maybe I'm not producing the right type of content and all that type of stuff, right? I decided to try and niche down a little bit. Those of you who have been around on my channel, you'll know for the most part that one of the things that I talk about the most is creating digital products or selling other people's digital products as an affiliate, right? Affiliate marketing, digital marketing, all that type stuff. And as a matter of fact, if you are interested in getting started with that, I would highly encourage you to check out the first link in the description below this video. It will give you access to some information that will show you how to get started with the right foundation, giving you the best chance for long-term success. So if that's something you've ever been interested in doing, or if you've ever wanted a great way to monetize your YouTube channel while waiting to get to the point where you're monetized through the YouTube Partner Program, I would highly encourage you to take a look at the digital products, right? Give a shot at monetizing the knowledge that you already have by packaging it into, like, you know, small little simple digital products that you can create once and sell over and over and over. And if you don't want to go through the trouble of doing that, you can go ahead and leverage the efforts of other people, right? Other people who have already done the hard work for you. They've already created the products. They're already taking care of the customers. They're already delivering the products, and all you need to do is just promote them as an affiliate and generate sales, generate commissions, right, from the sales of those products that you promote. So if you want to learn how to do all that, check out that first link in the description below this video. Okay, so when it comes to like I mentioned earlier, I started finding myself, I feel like I kind of lost my way, right, in deciding all of a sudden to maybe try to niche down. Okay, and that was, the thing that I decided to niche down to now. And maybe I niched down a little too much, I don't know, but it was more so with this whole thing about selling digital products, right? Whether it's with digital whether it's as a product owner or as an affiliate. Okay, and I've been probably haven't been doing it for long enough, but considering how how possible it is to grow within a shorter period of time. Like, I've seen other people do this really well, right? When I say period, I'm talking like a month, 2 months, 3 months, that type of stuff, right? In comparison, right? And in comparison, I've not necessarily had that trajectory, right? Despite trying little things here and there, despite trying the things that we're supposed to do, right? So now, considering that I've tried those things and I'm not necessarily seeing the type of movement that I'm looking for just yet, I feel like maybe this is a sign, or maybe I should just go ahead and do whatever it is that I wanted to do right from the start of creating this channel, right? Just at least give it a try for at least a month and just see what kind of results I've had. Because the one thing that I've been enjoying thus far with my channel that I found really interesting is that I'm trying to take a data-driven approach, right? I'll try a few things, or I'll try something for a little period of time, right? Typically a month, and then see what kind of results that I get from that. And then based on whatever results I get from that, I'll zig or zag, or I'll go left or right, depending on whatever kind of, if the results are good, then maybe I'll keep that particular aspect that I'm testing, right? If not so good, then I don't, right? Case in point, like what I'm in the middle of doing right now. For those of you who've been around on this channel, you might have noticed, right? And I had mentioned it clearly in one of my previous videos. One of the things that I'm testing right now is creating longer videos. If you'll notice, since the beginning of the month of March, I have consistently every single day uploaded videos that are at least 20 minutes long, and this was all in an effort to see if that would improve my watch time, which is one of the two metrics that people tend to struggle with the most when it comes to meeting the requirements to join the YouTube partner program, right? If you're new and if you're not aware, if you want to get monetized through the YouTube partner program, you need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in the previous 365 days, or 10 million shorts views in the previous 90 days. Now, most of us that do this are not so particularly concerned with achieving that milestone through the shorts views, right? As a matter of fact, I've stopped, like, I only have about maybe 20 shorts videos on this particular channel, and I stopped posting those. I stopped doing shorts, right? Right now, I'm just focused on only long form content, all right? Shorts might be something that I revisit maybe later in the future, but for now, I'm only doing long form videos, okay? And the harder of those two metrics, in my opinion, and I think generally speaking, most people would tend to agree, I think it's easier to get those 1,000 subscribers than it is to get the 4,000 hours of watch time, okay? So one of the things that I've been testing this month, right, and, you know, and depending on the results, if I get significantly better results, I'll know whether, or, depending on whether or not I get significantly better results, I will know whether or not it's something that I need to continue doing down the road, right? So prior to the month of March, you know, I was creating, you know, usually my videos are usually anywhere in between 8 to 10 to 12 minutes long, the occasional 15 minutes long. And on average, you know, the average view time of my videos was typically around the 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes range, right? So I figured, well, maybe if I try to start posting much longer videos for the month of March, we'll see how we'll see whether that improves my watch time. From what I've seen thus far, I don't know that it's necessarily improving it that much, but I want to give it all the way till the end of March, and then I'll come back and revisit and see what my average watch time per video is for the month of March. And if I see a significant improvement above the 2 minutes and 30 seconds, then maybe it will be worth continuing to do longer videos. If not, I'll just go back to what I was doing before. But that's the kind of approach that I'm taking, right? Just testing different things here and there. I'm doing it because it's fun. It's interesting that way. Obviously, you know, people have suggested, and they're not wrong. People have suggested, like, why not just pay a coach, or why not just purchase a course, right? From that very well, you know, that very well could be something like it's a worthy endeavor, right? If I wanted to speed up progress and all that type of stuff, right? But for this particular, because I've always mentioned, for those of you who know me, I've always mentioned that when it comes to like learning stuff online, I'm one of those people that prefers to, when it makes sense to me, right? When it makes sense, I prefer to spend or invest, I would say invest money on a course or mentorship and all that type of stuff to get the results that I'm looking for a little bit sooner. The one place that I have not done that is here with YouTube. And that has a lot to do with the fact that, you know, like, I'm actually enjoying this whole process of trying to figure things out when it comes to YouTube in particular, and seeing what works, what doesn't work, what the gurus will tell you on their free YouTube videos, whether it's true or not, and all that type of stuff. So, I've been doing, you know, little things here and there. And so once we come to the end of this month, I think going forward in April, I may revert back to veering away from the whole sticking to a specific niche, right? So whether or not you need a niche, right? Whether or not you need a niche, that is, I think it has been proven. It has been proven, from what I understand, that it is important to niche down, right? It is really, especially when you're getting started, right? It is important to have some kind of niche, so that the whole idea being that it's easier to get into a particular space and mass produce a lot of content in that space in an effort to try to dominate that space, as opposed to trying to produce content in all different directions, in all different areas, and only scratching the surface, okay? So I've done what I've done thus far, which has been more geared towards, niching down, like really niching down. But I think as of the month of April, I'm going to start getting a little more scattered, so to speak, and it won't be like completely too scattered. And I'll show you why I say that, because, I'm just going to expand a little bit more. When I first started the channel, I was looking to, stick to, like, so this is, if you look at what I have here in the description of my channel, right? You'll see online business, personal develop, pursuing financial independence. Okay. Those are like the different areas, right? And I've talked about, all three of these things on the channel, quite a bit, but predominantly online business, and even more niche down to selling digital products, right? I've been really light on the whole personal development side of things, and so the majority of my content has been online business, and then, I've been pretty light on the personal development side of things, and on, the pursuing financial independence part, right? In terms of showing more detail of where I am when it comes to financial independence, right? For, personally, like, I'm not one of those that is a big fan of like showing my finances and everything, but what the irony, right? Like, how could I have a channel like that, that talks about pursuing financial independence, and then I don't reveal more about where I am in terms of, attaining that goal, right? So that's going to be something that I'm just clearly going to have to get over. And I guess once I'm, that's something I'm just going to have to start covering a little bit more of, okay? In as much as I'm not particularly fond of sharing those kind of details, but hey, it is what it is. And I know that's so funny. Those are the sort of things, right? Take one tip away from it. If there's one really big thing you can take away from this video, is that the things that you are most worried about talking about, or most scared to talk about, funny enough, those are the things that will blow your channel up. Those are the things that will make your channel like grow like crazy, and it's so funny. Like, I'm aware of this, and despite being aware of that, knowing that it is my goal to eventually get monetized on this channel, right? That's part of the journey to being, part of the journey, and part of the vehicles that I've looked at and decided would be one of the things that will help me to get to the point of being financially independent, right? Is growing a YouTube channel that becomes monetized through the YouTube partner program, in addition to all the other sources of income, right? In addition to all the other methods of monetizing the channel, right? Those things that those things that you're most afraid to talk about, the things that you most want to keep, close to your chest, or the things that you don't want to, funny enough, right? Funny enough, because of the way us human beings are in terms of being nosing and wanting to know, about other people's, stuff, right? Other people's, counting other people's pockets and stuff like that. That's just, as human beings, right? Funny enough, those are the things that we don't want to talk about on our channel are the things that, if we do talk about, will tend to be the ones that make your channel grow pretty fast, right? Grow faster. It's a weird, interesting phenomenon. And I know this because I've seen other channels that share some of the type of things that I typically wouldn't feel comfortable sharing, and those are the channels that are gaining tons of traction, right? Really quickly, right? So that's just something to keep in mind, right? It's just how much you're willing to share, how transparent are you willing to be, right? How open. The more you are, the more, I believe, that's my opinion, I could be wrong, but I believe the quicker you will, gain some traction. But at the same time, just be aware of the fact that if you do that, you're going to be opening yourself up to a lot of, unwanted or unwelcome scrutiny or attention, and not so nice comments and all that type of stuff. But you know, mean comments should be the least of your concerns. That's what you signed up for. If you decide to do the whole YouTube thing, if you don't have thick skin, forget it, right? Because you're gonna, if you don't have thick skin, forget the whole YouTube thing, because you're no matter whether you do, especially if you start gaining a massive following, you're gonna get well, you know, quote unquote haters and stuff like that, and or just people who are just going to be mean for no reason whatsoever. That's just, again, we're human beings, right? You're dealing with people. You can expect to get what people do, right? So that's just the nature of it. So ultimately, when it comes to niching down, is it necessary to do so? I would say the short answer is absolutely yes. It's necessary to niche down. Of course, you've heard me in this video. I've kind of explained why it is necessary to niche down in terms of like in terms of possibly getting better results. But I've done that for a little bit, right, thus far, and it's not necessarily giving me the kind of traction that I was kind of looking for or hoping. So I think starting next month, I'm going to start expanding a little bit more, being a little bit broader, and just doing whatever I want to do, I guess, so to speak, which is what I actually intended to do from the start of, you know, when I started this YouTube channel, to just be, that's why I call it, you know, I am Christian M, just talk about, you know, do my thing, different niches, not wanting to niche down, talk about different things. I have a theory about that. It's like, the more people get to know you and different things about you, right? The more people get to know different things about you, the more the way you think and all that type of stuff, the more they'll get to, you know, like you and probably trust you, and that would translate to more. That should, in my opinion, you know, translate to more watch time, more sales, and all that type of stuff, right? If you recommend stuff, but that's just a theory. I mean, I don't know this for sure, right? As in, like, I haven't necessarily done it myself. But anyway, that's that. I think if you made it to this point, this far, I highly appreciate it. I know that 90%, more than like 90% of people watching this would not have made it this far. So if you are one of the few that made it here, gosh, you're a real one. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video this long, this far, because you could have been anywhere doing anything else, chilling, but you decided to spend this time with me. So for that, I'm forever appreciative and grateful. I will catch you in my next video. Don't forget, if you want to learn how to start, monetizing and selling digital products, I highly encourage you to check out the first link in the description below this video. And once again, I'll catch you in my next video. Ciao.